Well, this is it, guys. Day 30. You made it through. I want to spend this time just discussing some of the things that we've talked about and maybe how to keep moving forward, whatever your decisions are and what your goals are. One of the things we've spent the last couple days discussing is transitioning to maintenance, even transitioning into sustainable strategies once you've gone through that metabolic building process. But you might not be there yet. I wanted to make sure we got that content in this series so that you had it as you move forward whenever that day comes where you've met your goals. But whether you're losing weight, gaining weight, it's all about performance, whatever those goals are, today, the 30th day, is the end of this. So where are we going to go next? I want you guys to know this has been an extreme pleasure just to know I've got people watching this. I get a lot of questions through social media that I get to answer. We have our program owners in the Diet Doc all around the world that I get to interact through them with their clients, and I get to help teach them. We're constantly designing curriculum and teaching methods, and this is another great avenue where we can share this with a broader audience. So if you guys take this information and use it well and it helps you in any way, I am absolutely glad we had this opportunity to meet this way. And you can always go to thedietdoc.com, subscribe to newsletters, get blogs, look at our video series that we do on an ongoing basis as just part of a social media strategy, I guess you'd call it, for the company and so forth. So all that's there. You guys can hang out and always be a part of who we are. I mean, you're the reason we do this. But I know in terms of this process of developing new curriculum, we wanted to do more than just this. This is kind of the segue into bigger and better strategies, including Dr. Corey Probst, who is our wellness director and vice president. She heads up our San Diego headquarters, and she's a health psychologist. So she has her bachelor's degree in exercise physiology, master's degree in counseling, and a PhD in health psychology and behavioral medicine. And I mentioned to you just yesterday, I believe, that she's also a 3 pro card holder in pretty extreme sport, bodybuilding, fit body, and figure. She's won pro titles. I mean, she's the whole package, right? But you're going to find out if you listen to her video coaching block that she really loves to talk about the behavioral elements, getting inside your head, talking about mindset, motivation, things like that. So we're working on a book actually that's going to really take off more in that direction because we have so much written already on the nutrition side. So one way you can move forward is to watch her video. She's putting out a free video that is just giving you an introduction to some of those concepts, and I know you're going to love it. As I said, plenty of articles that she's done that you can find on our website as well. So that's one way you can keep going with some of this content. Another way, you guys probably, as I mentioned, came to even this content through the Macro Doc, which is our macronutrient metabolic calculator that is there to give information, accurate information on how to use the kind of algorithm information inside of that process using the variables that are very unique to you. Going through that questionnaire process to filter through in this logarithmic fashion, kind of an artificial intelligence that helps create a process best for you. So that's out there that we want to just make sure we're putting out some good starting points for people. But then we have ways of helping you on more of a coaching side. So we have downloadable things like meal planning support. We're going to continue doing coaching blocks like this at least once in a while where we think in a very leveraged way you don't have to spend that much money to end up getting a lot of value in education. Taking some of those things that you might read about in our books and articles and maybe podcasts and webinars and then be able to more specifically implement them. So that's what this was all about. So Corey's going to introduce kind of the mindset and motivational mastery aspects. She created a program with us a long time ago called the Mental Edge, and that kind of encompasses all of what she does in that behavioral medicine avenue for clients of all sorts. So you guys are going to love that. The other thing you guys can always do is we have a lot of clinicians around the world. I mentioned several times that the Diet Doc as a company creates licensing opportunities. So we have a lot of people who come to us as health professionals, physical therapists, chiropractors, even medical doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, a lot of personal trainers, and anybody who has been really impassioned in the health field, and they say, man, I want to help people with nutrition as well. It's something I've always liked or I've done myself, but I just didn't have the education specifically in that. Well, we bring those people into our company. We go through exhaustive training, and then they become licensed Diet Doc owners, and we have them from Tasmania and New Zealand and Australia and Singapore up into the UK and now South Africa, all over Canada and the US. And so chances are, if you wanted some support, if you said, man, I'm really liking this, I've got a great foundation now, I like what these guys are teaching, we might have an opportunity with somebody really close to you where you could work with them one-on-one. And we would love to share some even discounting opportunities with you in that regard, because you've obviously got a head start with so much content already. So a ton of ways you can interact with us. We're going to try and get out there and do more camps. You'll see us do some of the things like that in our San Diego office, but we also travel around a lot to some of our program owners. A lot of times they'll even do workshops, and if we can't travel there, we might Skype in a workshop. So there's all kinds of ways we can interact with you that way. But I really did want to just say thank you for making this a possibility for us. You know, for you guys as an audience to be asking us questions and requesting information like this really puts pressure on us to make sure we're bringing our best. We're constantly writing our next book. That's just kind of a theme in our company. What's the next book? What's the next book? What's the next book? Because we're taking all of these great research concepts and we're synthesizing them through all of our program owners and their clients around the world. We're collecting data on what's really working. You know, it's not always just about the research, because anybody can read that and say, well, you know, 1 + 1 = 2, but how to skillfully implement that with people and making sure we've got sustainable approaches, and we have the support necessary. I mean, that's exactly why we did this series, is even though we might not be interacting one-on-one together through this series, you're getting very specific steps and topics brought to your attention, hopefully at least close to as you need them through this process. And I think that's incredibly important. So our whole company mantra, the tagline, if you will, that kind of identifies our motives and our goals for what we do, is science. I hope I impressed upon you that we're really big on knowing what works and why, and creating that validity, but then also support. We all have to have somebody who can coach us and mentor us through the process, and there are many ways to do that today. And then finally, sustainability. It has to be something that sticks and is meaningful for the long term. So again, guys, I just want to say thank you for letting me do this, for giving this platform and an avenue to bring information to you guys. And I hope I catch you around. Ask us questions through our website, engage us in social media, come talk to us at workshops and so forth, and we're going to keep doing this together. So also email in how this may have impacted you. You know, let us know. Take before and after pictures. Let us know what else we can do to help you, and let's just keep going, man. You got one life, right? And this is the chance for you to really have an impact, not only in your own happiness, in the things you can do physically, but you know, a lot of us have families and kids and other people we influence, and so I think that's a big responsibility, and I'm really happy you helped us in formulating this kind of content, and you trust us with that. So thank you guys very much. I'm having a hard time wrapping this up because I just want to keep saying thank you to you guys. So really do appreciate it, guys.